Hoon only tells her to be quiet, then gives her a glass of wine. He orders her to take off the blanket, and with that, he starts seducing her and touching her all over her body. The two of them end up sleeping together, unbeknownst to anyone in the house. The following day, Yoon-yi remains warm and supportive towards the oblivious Hae-ra despite her affair with her mistress's husband. During the day, Yoon-yi and Hoon act as if everything is normal, but the two of them continue to steal glances at one another. That evening, Hoon goes to visit Yoon-yi in her room, and they sleep together again. However, Miss Cho was still awake at that hour, and while she's walking about, she witnesses them in the act. The following morning, Miss Cho watches Yoon-yi closely. She goes to prepare breakfast, and as usual, Yoon-yi would be taking the food in Hoon's piano room. Miss Cho notes that Yoon-yi is wearing makeup that morning, and she watches Yoon-yi from outside the piano room. In the room, Hoon hands Yoon-yi her check while she's constantly smiling at him and trying to look pretty. Later, Yoon-yi goes to massage Hae-ra while continuing to warmly support her in her pregnancy. The sight revolts Miss Cho, and she's repulsed that Yoon-yi is so two-faced as to behave cheerfully around Hae-ra like she's not screwing her husband behind her back. After a day of work, Miss Cho makes conversation with Yoon-yi while subtly trying to pry the truth out of her. Of course, Yoon-yi casually dismisses her questions. Here, Miss Cho shares her negative views about working for rich people. She goes on to call the job runs, which stands for revolting, ugly, nauseating, and shameless. Eventually, Miss Cho reports the affair to Hae-ra's mother, Mi-hee. Miss Cho tells her that she thinks that Yoon-yi is pregnant and that Yoon-yi herself might not know it yet. In order to confirm this, Mi-hee plans to stage an accident. Meanwhile, Yoon-yi speaks with her friend and tells her about her situation with Mr. Hoon. This surprises her friend, and she tries to dissuade Yoon-yi from working there any further. However, Yoon-yi doesn't heed any of her friend's advice, and she continues to work in the household. One day, Yoon-yi is on a ladder to dust the chandelier. While she's in the middle of this, Mi-hee walks by together with Hae-ra and Nami. Mi-hee intentionally trips so she can push the ladder that Yoon-yi's on. She ends up dangling from the chandelier, clinging tightly to it for dear life. She tries asking Mi-hee for help, but the woman doesn't do a thing and even goes as far as to stop her daughter from helping as well. Yoon-yi ends up falling from the second floor, and she's promptly taken to the hospital. There, she's given several tests, including a pregnancy test. Mi-hee planned for this sudden hospital visit so they could monitor if Yoon-yi really is pregnant. Back at the household, Mi-hee reveals to Hae-ra that Hoon and Yoon-yi are having an affair. Hae-ra is shocked and disappointed, but her mother cynically tells her that infidelity comes with the territory of marrying a rich man like Hoon. As for Hoon, he's unaware of all these events since he's recently left for a business trip, leaving Hae-ra and her mother to plot against Yoon-yi. Overall, Yoon-yi sustained minor injuries, and she's to spend the night in the hospital. Before she is